Don't back down. Don't hide. Don't run. Don't retreat. No matter how bad it gets, just remember that God has called you to that work, and it is a threat to the enemy. And you can applaud that and celebrate that reality when all hell comes gunning for you in the work that you're doing. It isn't always standing here behind a pulpit. It isn't just preaching on the streets. It's whatever God's called you to do is the most important thing that you can do, as long as we're preaching the gospel along with it. It's a command from our King. And this is why we see so much damage, I believe, in our nation, to be honest with you. From my perspective, I believe this is true. It is really just a lack of obedience to the Great Commission. And not only that, it's a false gospel that they want you to take as the Great Commission. It's not only the command to go, but it's what's commanded when you go. Most of what we see today, especially in our country, is really a lack of biblical truth. Yesterday, we were out on the streets, and Brett and I don't remember what the conversation revolved around. We were talking about, these churches, they're just so watered down, and the truth is not being preached, and it's just really just wreaked havoc upon our country. And then I think it was a couple ladies that came up to me, a lady and her son. And I handed them a gospel tract, began to talk to them and ask them, some questions, and come to find out that they were from the west side or whatever of Texas. And I mean, they weren't local, but she was just telling me that they were looking for a church. They were trying to find a church that preached the Bible, that preached meat. She said that most of the churches that they've tried, everything is just so watered down, and it doesn't satisfy the appetite. And they were discouraged, but they told me, they said, we want to find a church. We want to find a church. And I think it's a problem that really is, it really is a huge issue, I believe, in our country, even especially in this state, right? And this is why we have to. We're not the only biblical church, that's out there, obviously. I mean, there's a lot of biblical churches. But I've always been behind the idea, from what I read in scriptures, that we're not only just to evangelize, but we're to plant churches. We're called to plant churches. It sounds like a big project. It is, right? But we're called to plant biblical churches. Not mega churches,